welcome to your very first session on reading fluency. I'm so happy to see everyone. We did this session in a small group and we all had such a good time pushing our reading that we decided to open this up to everyone else. There's a lot of technicalities within fluency, but fluency is basically the ability to read as you speak with proper prosody and intonation. So basically reading smoothly, quickly, and with inflection of your voice. There's a lot more. We're going to send this out so you could read a little bit more about the technicalities of it. But this is what we're going to hopefully show you can change with such small strategies. And why is fluency so important? Okay, fluency we know is so important because there's even more research now than ever that proves that fluent readers have stronger comprehension. And we'll get to the reasons why of that. So why fluency now? Everyone's saying, scholars are already reading above grade level, they don't really need it. Blue, they're already above grade level. Blue is blue, they can't get much higher. Why do we need to push their fluency? Content at the higher levels is inappropriate, and there's so much rich literature at the levels below R that scholars can enjoy. There's no reason why they read even higher. However, we're focusing on this because if I believe, and leaders believe, and I think the teachers are all now agree, that if we're assessing them on something, we need to be able to teach them skills to improve upon this skill, right? If we're assessing them on fluency, we need to make sure that it's our right that we're giving them these skills to improve upon it. And just to zoom out, we're in an information age, right? You need to be able to dominate within the information age. There's so much information everywhere you turn, obviously on the internet, and to be able to read through all of it, you need to be an extremely quick, proficient reader, and reading faster just upgrades our brains, right? The mindset from all of this that we're going to keep in mind today is that we are going to be activating our highest level of ourselves and in turn of our scholars. Very exciting stuff. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. We're going to find our base rate of our words per minute. We're going to learn about visual pagers. We're going to do a little bit with margins, and then the 4, 3, 2, 1 drills is the crux of all of what we're going to do today. Crazy 8 warm-ups, track your words per minute, and then practice the skill for 10 minutes every day, and watch your words per minute dramatically improve. So here we go. Okay, finding your base rate. So the whole point of this is we want to make this as interactive as possible. We're going to all take part in this so that we could learn how to do it so that we can in turn teach it to our kids. So right now, everyone can take out their book and open to the first page if it's a new book, or just put where you're starting off for any new information. If you've already been reading the book, just put 2 lines in where you're starting, and if it's a new book, of course, you just start there. Okay. And here we go. Mark your starting point. Go ahead right now and everyone mark your starting point in your book, mark it. And we're going to do 2 minutes timed reading. Okay, and you're going to just read as you normally would with full comprehension at the pace that you normally read at, just to get your base rate, okay? And then we'll figure out what your words per minute is after. So why don't everyone take out their books? I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. Again, you're reading just as you normally would for full comprehension at your speed that you normally read at. Okay, readers? Get set? Go ahead and in your book, just count how many lines you read and divide that by 2. That's the first step. Count how many lines. Okay. So now you're going to multiply that by an average of 10. Okay, I say average of 10. The book that we're reading here, Bettina, has an average of 10 words per line. If your book is very small print, you're going to want to do it times 12. If it's like or easier book, you're going to times that by 8. On average, you're going to multiply that number, your number of lines divided by 2 times 10. This is your starting base rate of words per minute. Okay, go ahead and do that. Do you want me to say it again? Okay. So count how many lines you read. Count how many lines you read. Okay. Divide it by 2 and multiply it by times 10, because 10 words per line. Okay? Everyone circle your number right now, because that's what we're going to work off today. Good? All right, let's keep going. So this is what average words per minute, 200 to 250 words per minute is what, without any training, an average person can read. So think to yourself, is mine within this range, below or above? You guys had a little bit above? Okay, good. All right, she did? You did? Great. All right, awesome. So if you practice, you can double or even quadruple your reading speed. You can improve any skill with training. So you're going to think of this as a training. Reading is speed plus comprehension. We know today, for the sake of this session, we're really focusing on how to increase speed. People think if you read faster, you lose comprehension. This is so huge. So studies showing that the faster readers actually have more focus to each word that they read, that they have laser-like focus. Compared to someone who reads slow, each word, slow rate, your brain has more time to wander. So the faster readers has laser-like focus, right? And therefore laser-like comprehension. Something that I didn't agree with, but now I definitely do. So just like it says, reading slowly, more time for your brain to wander. And we're gonna keep a speed log for the sake of this today. So you're gonna see just in a few minutes, your reading rate's gonna increase. It's kind of cool. All right. Tactic number 1, a visual pacer. And the reason why this works, just a little background before we get into the technicality of how to do it, your eyes are attracted to movement. It's a survival skill. Something moves, you need to be able to see it. If back in the day when you're trying to get food and an animal moves, you need to be able to see it moves. Or if you're the food and you see an animal, you need to be able to get away. It's a survival skill, right? Your brain is wired to follow movement. Your brain is wired to follow movement. Faster something moves, the faster you can follow. Okay, so in this case, a visual pacer, you could use your finger, which I use, a pen, a highlighter, whatever will pull your attention to your finger is what you're going to use. Okay, so it's effective because it shows how our neurology is set up, just like a sense of taste and smell. Your eyes are closely linked to your sense of touch. Okay, so like think about this for a second. Like when you have a cold, you know you can't taste anything. That's how close your senses are. Your sense of sight and your sense of touch is that closely linked. That's why a visual pacer is like the #1 strategy for increasing reading rates. Okay, let's try it. Proof is in the pudding. So here we go. We're going to do another time session, but the only thing that we're changing is we're using our finger or any kind of visual pacer. Whatever you are using, you are not touching your page. You are just gliding your finger above the page, right? To move it. When you touch the page, it actually slows your finger down. In this case, your finger is going to be above the page, gliding, and your eyes are following. Okay? There, you are still reading for 100% accuracy of comprehension. You know what you're reading, but the only change is you're going to be using a visual pacer. So you're going to start in your book where you left off. So here we go. 3 minutes timed reading where you last left off, and you may begin. How did it feel? All right. Well, before we even talk about how it feels, let's figure out what our new words per minute to see if this visual pacer actually increased your reading rate. So go ahead right now. We did it for 3 minutes. So you're going to count how many lines you read and divide by 3 and multiply by 10. If you have much smaller print, you could do it times 12. Okay, so you could go ahead right now and write your new words per minute on your page. Okay, some feedback. How did that feel? Did your words actually increase? Did it decrease? Evidence shows that 25% faster just by doing this one technique with practice. You use your finger and your finger glides like 3 minutes, which we already did. So 25% faster just by doing this one strategy will definitely get our kids over the finish line and also allow us to read more. Okay. All right, so other helpful techniques that go along with a visual pacer is the indentation technique, and we're not going to go into it as much today, but it's the theory of you put your finger, indent both sides of the page, and just kind of go in the middle, and your brain makes up for the peripheral so you don't miss any words. The other thing, infinity practice, is where you do eye-hand coordination exercises to increase your reading rate, and then using your left hand has so much amazing, juicy information about your left hand is connected to the right side of your brain, and your right side of the brain is the part of your brain that does your visualization work, that does your sense of smell and sense of taste. So you get a more holistic reading approach when you activate your right side of the brain by using your left finger. And we could go more into that. It's like very fascinating. Okay, now we're going to do speed drills. Speed drills, it has the mentality of it is called stretching and stabilizing, right? So once you've stretched your mind so far, it can never go back to its earlier phase. right? Once you've lifted 80 pounds, it's easier. Anything after that will be easier. So once we stretch our brain and read so many words per minute, anything after that will seem easier and quicker. That's the mentality of stretch and stabilize to increase reading rate. So it's mental gym. You go through a process of 4, 3, 2, 1, getting you to read 4 times faster than you ever have. So we're going to take out our book and let's try it. We're going to read for full comprehension for another 4 minutes and figure out our words per minute, okay? We're going to do that again and again, but you're going to finish the amount that you read, same amount that you read in 3 minutes, and then you're going to do that same amount you read in 2 minutes, and then the same amount you read in 1 minute. That's the concept of 4, 3, 2, 1 speed drills. Same amount of content, but pushing yourself to do it more quickly. All right, so let's give it a try. First one is 4 minutes, okay? You may begin. Okay. All right, great. So right now, all you need to do, you just read for 4 minutes. I hope everyone got lost in their books and are reading fantastic books. Just slightly. Okay. I hope you guys are all really into your books. Okay. So right now, you're gonna mark in your book where you started and where you stopped. Where you started and where you stopped. Okay. This is your track. This is your reading track that right now we're gonna push and read that same track in 3 minutes. Okay. We're gonna read that same track in 3 minutes. Okay. So you're going to have to push yourself, but you're reading for full comprehension. Okay, you're using your finger, right? You could indent if you'd like. You know, we didn't talk too much about it, but try it, right? Indenting on both sides. Reading for full comprehension. 3 minutes. You may begin. Great. How did that feel? Were you able to finish your track? Were you able to push yourself to read your same track that you did before in 4 minutes? How did it feel to do it in 3? Great, it felt great. Good. All right, hopefully everyone got there. All right, here we go. Go back to the beginning of your track. Go back to where you first did it in 4 minutes, and then you did it in 3, but that same track. Now we're gonna push ourselves. We're gonna do that same track, but we're gonna do it in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, okay? This is the stretching part. We're stretching our brains, right? We're stretching our speed. Okay, you need to begin. 2 minutes, push yourself, readers. You got this. Using your visual pacer. Go. All right, did you guys make it? 2 minutes and doing something that you thought you could only do in 4, but now you push yourself to do it in 2. Did you guys make it? Hope you did. I know you did. All right, last speed drill, okay? Now we're gonna read that same track, but we're gonna read it in 1 minute, okay? Here it gets a little bit complicated, okay? Because you might be sacrificing some of your comprehension for speed, but the point is now speed. Okay, we want to push ourselves to the very end of this drill, right? And it's been done. You guys could get there. You just have to push yourself and focus on what you're doing. Using your visual pacer to get yourself there for full comprehension, maybe not completely full, but just make sure you get to the finish line. 1 minute. Readers, you may begin. 1 minute. All right. Did you guys make it? I hope you did. Pretty cool, right? All right. I think at first you thought, like, Carly, this is ridiculous, this is impossible, I can't do this. Even the word impossible says I'm possible, so you could do it. And I hope that you realize that your brain can stretch, even in just this one session, that you're learning already how to be a quicker reader. Okay, so we did it. We did our 4 minutes timed track. Oops, okay. And that's all we have for today. So your 2 major techniques is your visual pacer and your speed drills. Those are the most highly effective. If maybe you picked up indentation or maybe even using your left hand to activate your right-sided brain, those are our biggest leverage strategies. Okay, so now these exercises you could so easily do with your class. Words per minute, right? Those timed readings, teaching them to use their left hand to activate their right brain, even telling them that, they'll be into it. Keeping a speed log for them, right? Let's quickly take out our speed logs. Let's do our 4, 3, 2, 1 drills, right? It takes up so little time and has such high leverage. This, again, is mostly for your above grade level readers that are already above grade level that need these strategies to become an even better version of themselves. These are probably not yet for our lower below grade level readers because we're still focusing on decoding and comprehension. And I hope everyone enjoyed. I hope everyone will use these techniques, and that's all. This is you.